Hey guys, what is up? This is SS99 here, and this time I'm coming at you with the Pokemon deck profile. I finally got a deck in my awesome Froakie box, because Froakie's amazing. Before I get started in this profile, I'd like to make a special thanks here to Goodra for the win, for helping me out record this, because, I only have two hands, and he's helping me do all this stuff.
What's up?
Yep, that's him. And please check out his profile. That's Goodra FTW with a capital G FTW. If you like Pokemon battles, like video game wise, and plus I think he's mentioned that he's going to do a few deck profiles himself because he just recently got a Napoleon Dusknoir deck. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. By the way, this is going to be Darkrai Yveltal, my personal build on it. There are still a few changes that I'm thinking about making. But anyway, first off, 2 Darkrai EX. You don't want to run 3 anymore. Darkrai EX is just your support now. He's basically there for a free retreat for all your dark Pokemon. And I'm looking for full art Darkrai, so if you have those, check out my trade binder. I'm willing to trade. You want to run 3 Yveltal EX. This guy's your main attacker now. That Evil Ball is like X-Ball on crack. It does the same exact thing as X-Ball, but only 20 more damage. And if you have Dark Claw, that's an additional 20, so it's really good. And I'm also looking for 4 Yveltal EXs, so yeah, if you have those, check out my trade binder. 2 regular Yveltals. 2 is good enough. You just want to make sure that you get it, but at the same time, you need space in your deck. He's basically like your Dark Patch, but in the Pokemon, plus he does damage. So it's really, really good. 2 Sableye. You don't need 3 or 4 in this build because it doesn't rely too much on stalling. It relies on, beating the living crap out of your opponent. This ain't the Garbo build anymore. And I personally like a Absol. He's really good because Mind Jack is just incredible. Just 20 damage plus 20 more for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And if their bench is full, that's 120. Darkrai makes 140, which if it's not an EX, it's most likely a knockout. Really good card. As for backups, I have Keldeo EX. That's mainly for, special conditions stuff. Or if you just need to, like if Yveltal is your active Pokemon, for example, and you really want to use Dark Patch on it, just rush in with Keldeo, use Dark Patch on Yveltal EX, and if he's got Dark Energy, free retreat if Darkrai's on your bench, which is really good. And I also like to run Mr. Mime. I know that he's not really incredibly helpful, but there are other people who like to run Darkrai, and then apparently I think Xerneas EX is becoming a big deal, and yeah, plus no extra damage means no extra Dusknoir bullcrap. Now as for supporters, 2 Junipers and 2 Sycamores. The ruling is you cannot run 4 of each. You have to run 4 altogether because they have the same exact effect. But I'm going to try to get more Sycamores because, just in case Black and White recyclables, which I don't think it's going to, go away soon because, it's only been around for 2 years. 4N, I know I only have 1 4 art. My entire deck is like an OCD's nightmare right now. But, yeah, if you have full art ends, I'm also willing to get, trade, so check out my trade binder. Same thing for full art Junipers. The only stadiums that I run currently are 2 Verbanks. I'm thinking about getting a Frozen City, mainly for Raybor and Blastoise, because those will pretty much take a dump on it. And the only A-Spec, well, you can only run 1 A-Spec, but the A-Spec I run is Dowsing Machine because it's really good. A Dowsing Machine or Computer Search will work. It's whatever you like, but I prefer Dowsing Machine. And you gotta run Hypnotoxic Laser in this deck simply because Verbank's there, and that's just a way to get extra 30 damage. 2 random receivers because you don't only run 8 supporters in this deck overall, and this just makes darn sure that you get it. You run a dark deck, so you're gonna need 4 Dark Claws, Dark Patches. You got a lot of darkness energies in your discard pile. It pretty much gets it back for you. But it has to be a bench Pokemon, so don't get that mixed up. 3 Dark Claws, because like I said, you run a dark deck. I prefer this over Muscle Band because it's cheaper. And plus, all your Pokemon are that are attacking are dark. Mr. Mime and Keldeo do not attack at all. 3 energy switches, simply because just in case you don't have enough energy to do a lot of damage with the Evil Ball. And the Y Cyclone moves the energy attached to your Pokemon, so if you need that energy back, it's helpful for that. Or if Sableye is no use to you anymore and you had an energy on it, just use that. I like 3 Ultra Balls. I don't like 4 because I find 4 to be completely, dead. So I like 3. 3 is good enough. Also looking for Gold Rare Ultra Balls too. Anything that makes it hollow, I will get it. Super Rod, you don't always get a good game, and this just makes sure that, like if you have a Sableye with no energies that got destroyed and you really need it, it helps to get it back. Professor's Letter, just to thin out your deck and search for energies. 2 Bicycle, I'm thinking about taking these out. They come in handy, but at the same time they don't, because it helps you draw consistently. But I'm thinking about taking out at least 1 for that Frozen City. That way I can get, defense against Raybor and Blastoise. 2 Catcher, because Catcher's still a big thing, even though the ruling is kind of crap now, but, it's still good. And last but not least, 2 Tool Scrappers. This is just to make sure that Garbodor doesn't become a problem, and plus other decks like Team Plasma and I think the Fairy Mewtwo, anything that runs Muscle Band, basically, it helps distract that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 10 Darkness Energies. That's pretty much all you need is 10. You don't need any more. You don't need double colorless because I've seen people run double colorless. You don't need it. You'd only use it for Yveltal EX, and the chances of you drawing that would still be slim. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck, guys. Thanks for watching, and as I mentioned before, please check out my buddy here, Gudra, for the win. If you like Pokemon video game battles, and now Pokemon cards, he's starting to, get into that. So yeah, Yveltal for the win. Peace out.